Hey guys, welcome back. So we have a few things we need to work on today. First off, we have some Gaillardia that we would need to move. The colors of the Gaillardia are kind of like a reddish orange and kind of clash with the colors of the foliage and the purples in the area where we have it right now. But Michelle picked up some ornamental onions, so we're going to put those in the place where their nice purple flowers will go real well with everything in this area and won't clash too much. We have another place for the Gaillardia that's already picked out, so we're going to get those into the ground. After that, we are having a small issue with some of our birch trees, our river birches in the back with chlorosis. So we'll get this moved and then I'll start explaining and show you what's wrong with the trees. All right, so first off, before I start anything out, I need to explain that I am by no means an expert in any of this. This is all stuff from research and just talking to people and trying to figure out what's going on with these trees. We started to notice there was something up with them last year, or maybe we didn't really notice it until this year, and then we looked back at some of the pictures and noticed that the trees were yellow, the river birches. We have one right here behind me right here, and another one right over here. This one's not nearly as bad. This one, the leaves are turning this yellowish color, and it's called chlorosis, and it is essentially anemia of plants. It's an iron deficiency, and what we're seeing, and the telltale sign is that the leaves are yellow, and then the veins are all this dark green, and as it goes on through the year, the tips of the leaves start to brown pretty quickly. Now, you have to bear with me. I've got notes here with me, and again, I'm not an expert, so I'm just going to try to walk you through what our problem is and what we're going to be doing about it. Now, here in southeast Wisconsin, especially in our area, I looked up and I found a map that explained specifically what our area of soil is, and it's primarily a dolomite, a sedimentary rock base, and then clay underneath. But it's strange because where we are here, according to the map, if you go 50 yards that way, it's a completely different makeup with soil. So right here, we are primarily a stone base, and in southeast Wisconsin, because of our heavy sediment base, we are more the alkalinity is much higher. Our pH level is much higher comparative to like upper Wisconsin, which is a much lower pH, more acidic soil. So one of the things that you'll start to see some of this chlorosis in different types of plants, maples and the birch are some of the major ones, but I think you can even get it in some of the apple trees and things like that. But this area, we used to have an evergreen here. We took that out. This has been yellowing, and the tree itself is pretty big. Now, one of the things that we learned today was, I don't know if it's solely chlorosis that's the issue here, or maybe if it's just that this birch tree is 10-20 years old and has been here for a while, and it's starting to reach it's 20-30 years old rather, and it's reaching its end of its life cycle. I don't know. So what we are going to try to do is a fix on it, and one of the things that we're going to try to do is try to lower the pH by adding some soil acidifier to it. And then after we add the soil acidifier to it, what we'll do is add some Iron-tone. The Iron-tone should get it the necessary iron that it needs, and hopefully help change the pH level of the soil around the tree. And that will hopefully bring the tree back and allow it to thrive. In the meantime, we do have a quick fix, and that quick fix is a liquid iron. Just before I do everything, I'll show you exactly what I'm using. But that liquid iron will spray on, I believe it's roughly about 4 ounces per gallon that we're supposed to put into the roots and around the tree. In many cases, when you have this liquid iron, you can use in your grass to green it. You spray it on the leaves themselves to help green everything up. Obviously, it's a little too high up for us to start spraying because it does stain, so it would just get everywhere. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to spray it directly into the root base around the tree, as well as add the Iron-tone and the acidifier to the soil. So So we're gonna get that going. Probably we'll get to that tomorrow. It's reaching about dinner time, so we have to start getting dinner ready and the boys all together. So I just want to give you an explanation of that, and hopefully it all makes sense. So we'll see you tomorrow and we'll get everything situated. All right, so this is what we're using today. I have this Chelated Liquid Iron. It's important that this is what you use from Southern AG. I'll leave the link in the description. But we've been using this as a spray-on. And then this is what's going to go inside the ground. We're going to be using the Espoma Organic Iron-tone. And then to help acidify the soil, again, Espoma Organic Soil Acidifier. Now, it's important when you are doing anything in your yard, make sure you contact your digger's hotline to ensure that you know that where things are. So, for example, in this area, it's a little faded because we called a little while ago, but you can still see some of the red here and some of the orange over here. This is actually our electrical and internet lines run through here. So what we'll be doing is kind of avoiding this area for digging our holes and kind of focusing right around the tree here and into the grass. So I'm kind of curious to how well it's going to go. I've got an auger attachment for my Milwaukee drill. We're going to try to drill into the ground, but if you see what I'm going to be working with, this area is incredibly rocky. I pulled up some weed fabric over there and all I got was a gigantic pile of rocks. So I don't know if they were using this as a dumping area for all these small stones or how deep they really go, or if this is just something that's permanently in this area. When I did some weeding and I dug out the stumps of the evergreens that were over here, I removed some pretty large rocks you can see right over here. So we'll see what we can do with this. If not, I'll dig as far as I can down, and if I can't go that deep, then I'll dig more holes and I'll go more shallow and just add as much as I can there. Now this hole actually came up because I was just pulling up some weed fabric and I got a nice big hole. So I'm going to fill that with a ton of the Iron-tone. I think that's where most of it's going to go, and I'm going to alternate going around here with all the other 10 holes and putting in the Iron-tone and the Acidifier in every other hole. It has a dial to set it for 4 ounces per gallon. So in this area, there's actually the electrical lines run on the side of the trees, so I don't want to get too far out or too close, and I'm not going too deep, just solely because this tree doesn't have the same types of problems as the other one. Alright guys, so we got it all done. We completely treated this tree, but we weren't able to get the Iron-tone on that one. We used an entire bag on this tree, so we couldn't finish up on that one. So we'll have to get another bag. They're relatively inexpensive. I'll treat that one at a different time. Now, we did shallow holes over on that tree, mostly because there's all the power lines and everything run real close to that tree, and I'm not exactly sure where those are because the lines are all gone. I believe they're on the north side of the tree, but we just avoided it altogether, and I went shallow. And just to show you the difference, I know I brought up the leaves before, but if you can see here, this is what I was talking about the light green with the dark green veins. And this will hopefully, you'll start to see some change in this. The chelated iron, liquid iron. We're going to be able to use that, and we're going to use that up probably in the next week or so and have to get some more. And it's not that expensive, especially for the treatments that we're doing. So we're going to keep that up, and hopefully we're going to see a change. And then next year we're going to just redo this treatment all over again, and hopefully we'll see the change in the trees. They'll start to live a little bit longer, and that'll be our problem, and we'll have fixed it. So if you have any questions, leave them below. If you have any corrections, leave them below, because this is a learning process for us all. So thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.